So we ended up at Chick-fil-A, and then you heard Cindy mention Skechers. So I did go by, replace both pairs of my worn out work shoes, workplace shoes at Skechers. And then we decided to go to, I don't know if you can see it right there, Burlington Coat Factory, because Cindy wanted to buy something patriotic for the 4th of July this weekend.
I'm always looking for cute little tops. You can't find them very often, so if we're around somewhere where I think they'll be reasonable, I like to go in and look. That was not a good experience.
So we go in and you walk into like a little vestibule area that's got a 6'4" big guard with a bulletproof vest on and a gun and everything, which I'm a cop, I know about vests and guns, but he's in full tactical outfit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say gear, I would say outfit. And then he looks you over and then lets you in. He says, "We're controlling entrance for your safety."
Well, there was a barrier line, like, in between lines, like at the DMV or airport or whatever, that's strung across the entrance.
But completely.
Where you enter. So you're looking, going, where do I enter at, right? Because you're waiting for there to be an opening. And he says, how did he put it?
He says, "We're controlling entrance to the store for your safety."
Yeah, so immediately that made you not feel safe.
Right.
I mean, immediate, right off the bat.
We weren't in there 5 minutes.
And another lady walks in, because he didn't, at that point that he said that to us, he didn't open the gate thing as if we could come in yet. Another lady walked in and he said the same thing to her, and she walked towards him and he opened the thing, and then he let us all three in. So right off the bat, a girl at work, I'm not getting the warm fuzzy feeling.
Right.
I'm not getting the please come in and shop and spend your money with us. I'm getting the, oh my gosh, am I really safe in here? Is it safe to be shopping in here?
Right.
That they have to control entry.
And there is not 8 people in the whole store. There's more employees than there are shoppers.
More employees and cameras in the store than there is anything else.
So that's the other thing I want to say is,
and they had big TV screens,
like on every row of yourself,
every aisle, where you can see yourself walking down the aisle.
And then they've got the big poles hanging down with the cameras on them. And I bet I stopped counting at 35 cameras. So, and then trying to find your way out, you have to go through the maze down past the registers to even get to a door, which seems like a safety issue to me. But so there was
try to get back through the guy.
But there was a lady behind the counter, so I just walked. I said, "We're not from here. Are we in a bad part of town?" She goes, "No, this is a very nice part of town." And I said, "Well, I was just curious because the loss prevention guy doesn't seem safe. Like if you have to have this big burly guy up there." She goes, "No, I'm a loss prevention agent too." I said, "Okay, well, I'm a retired cop. I've never seen anything like this." She goes, "We're doing this for your safety." Well, we didn't feel good about we just left.
I couldn't think about shopping because my mind kept going, why is this necessary? Why is this necessary? And that's all I could think about in my brain. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just go.
So in this shopping spinner, I spent $130 at Skechers. I spent $35 at Chick-fil-A. We're going to another store. And Cindy would have bought a shirt or two in Burlington.
Possibly, but
it didn't feel right. So Burlington Coat Factory, isn't that what it is? Burlington Baby Home Coats, whatever it says on the sign, that was a failure. Yeah,
That
I
did
will
not make anybody feel safe.
probably never shop Burlington.
Well, I'll have a hard time going back in another one. And I know that they're all probably not the same. So don't beat me up about that.
Yeah,
that I had one bad experience in a store and that's gonna... But you know what? That's why it's so important to make sure guests and customers have a good initial experience coming in the door.
We're in the hospitality business.
I understand.
We manage a campground. If a guest were to come up to me with a question like I asked that lady, I mean, she was kind of gruff and...
Well, it was almost like she was insulted that we even asked the question.
And I said, okay, well, thank you. We're just going to leave. But if you would have come into our campground and you would have had like... Why is because the guy everybody just looks like they're pissed off in there.
Absolutely.
And it's like...
It wasn't oh, hi, how are you today?
Not one greeting.
No, it was just standing there.
So...
And we had to ask the question, we're controlling entry to the store.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. We walked in. It's just Burlington Coat Factory, do better. And, if we're wrong, but...
But it's the way I felt.
Yeah, but we're moving down to the next store. We're in a shopping center here. Cindy's looking for a cute top. We're finally in the city. And so we'll probably buy something somewhere else, just not at Burlington.
No, absolutely.
We made it back safely from the Cherry Hill Burlington Coat Factory episode. One thing I noticed, we went down to Ross's. Better experience. We went to 3 stores in the shopping center here in New Jersey, up in Cherry Hill. Cindy was trying to find something patriotic to wear for the 4th of July this weekend. And none of the stores had anything red, white, and blue. They had no, good evening. They had no patriotic clothing, no nothing celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country. I remember when I was alive in 1976, I was still in school. I didn't graduate high school until '83. It was a huge deal, the bicentennial. They made special coinage for it. They had parade. They had all kinds of stuff. Everybody was decked out in their red, white, and blue. Speaking of being decked out, look at all these flags. We're doing it here in the campground. But it's almost like the stores are trying to downplay the celebration of our country. Anyway, I digress.